Cigar boxing, what's going on out there? The rematch, KSI versus Logan Paul tonight. I gotta point out a few things. This is my post-fight thoughts about this fight. What's going on out there? I usually don't stay up this late to watch this fight, but you have two guys making their pro debuts, and they are YouTubers. They're not, true professional fighters. I also want to point out popularity, and I'm going to teach some of you YouTubers a lesson real quick. But congratulations to KSI winning a split decision against Logan Paul. It was an entertaining fight, a 6-round fight at the Staples Center. Let me say that the Staples Center was packed. I saw a lot of faces, a lot of people at the Staples Center. I'm going to be anxious to see the numbers after this for the rematch. Congratulations to KSI. Congratulations also to Logan Paul to step in the ring. And it's not easy. A lot of us talk about it and we're big critics, but to actually step in the ring is a big deal. And the house was packed. As a diehard boxing fan, I was a little skeptical looking at this fight. I don't know who these YouTubers are. So I had to take a look and see who these YouTubers are. And I had to sit and watch the first fight, which was a draw. And they had on headgear in the first fight. But the thing is this brought a lot of attention to boxing. I want to point out, some of us talk about numbers all the time and talk about popularity and their favorite fighter and how biased people are. Do you realize that this first fight had 1.05 million pay-per-view buys? Okay, let me say that again. 1.05 million pay-per-view buys. And the thing is, to tell you how popular these fighters are, you had world champions fighting on their undercard. So you have Billy Joe Saunders, who is a champion fighting on the undercard, and you also had Devin Haney, who was a champion fighting on their undercard. But all the views were on boxing tonight with this fight, so I'm happy with that. I challenge some of us in our channels to really talk about some of the stuff. This is the future kind of where I see boxing going. I see that our fighters in our sport need a bigger presence in social media. Tonight was a shining point for that. My son, 13-year-old son, actually stopped to watch this fight. He's really not super interested in boxing, but he's interested in YouTube. That tells you the type of power some of us have out there with our channels. Looking at it, the fight was very amateur style, but I will say that Logan Paul's style was a little bit better. He was being trained by Shannon Briggs, and he was more calm, cool, and collected. He had the nastiest punch of the whole night with the uppercut. I think it was in the 4th round. And the referee gave him the knockdown, but also deducted 2 points, which was very weird. We need to talk about that. But looking at it, it was kind of a shining moment for boxing in the fact that so many eyes were on boxing. It's the future in this type of show and what we're looking at. I think now I don't want to hear anybody talk about how popular a certain fighter is, especially when you have two guys who are actual YouTubers, not fighters, and they have more pay-per-view buys than any fighter out right now. Even the pay-per-view champion, Canelo Alvarez, right now. So it's a lot of thoughts, a lot of stuff that can be discussed about this fight. But it was just good to see a lot of people happy and excited to see boxing. The Staples Center was packed. Kids were there seeing the fight. When you look at the audience at different places, you don't see kids. Kids were interested in this fight. So it was interesting to me. That's why I'm putting up a video about this. The thing is, boxing's in the forefront and it's not taking a seat back to UFC. So I'm interested to see where this goes. If we have another match between these two, we can generate other types of matches, which will put boxing in the forefront. So to all of y'all out there, tell me what you think in the comment section. Congratulations to KSI. You were a little wild with your punches, but everybody sat and watched this fight. Not much to say here. This is Cigar Boxing. Tell me what you think.